Hi, I'm Jeff Dolan with Diamond Club Baseball, and I'd like to talk to you today about how to get into the proper launch position. Besides seeing the baseball, the most important thing any good hitter does is get to the same launch position every time. So we're going to talk about balance, we're going to talk about rhythm, and we're going to talk about timing so that you're in the right position to fire each and every time. First of all, from your stance position, one of the things that we look for is starting with our weight 50-50. This is going to enable us to take the right amount of weight back and the right amount of weight forward so that we can hit the same position every time. When I'm in my stance here, I want to make sure that I'm nice and relaxed, that I have flex in both knees, that my hands are somewhere near the back shoulder, and my bat angle is up. Now, every hitter starts in a different spot, but it's really important that we get to the same launch position. If you took a look at major league hitters, you would see different stances. But once they get their stride foot down and their hands are back, everybody looks pretty much the same. And for young players, we want to make this as simple as possible. So let's get started. The first movement that I want to make is back with my back hip. And all I'm trying to do is rock back about 10% of my weight, making sure that I'm keeping the weight on the inside ball of my back foot and that my front knee stays flexed. So I'm going to give a little rock back to create some rhythm, and then I'm going to pick that front knee up to stride forward so that at foot strike position, I'm here. I'm a little bit further back than forward. Some bigger guys can be more 50-50, but the important thing is that when you land, there's flex in both knees, your stride foot is slightly open, but your alignment is straight to that pitcher. We're also looking to make sure that our hands are back in a good position. The elbow is behind the hands instead of underneath because that's going to cause us to get out and around the baseball. We're making sure that the lead elbow stays flexed. One of the most important coaching points I can make here is the wrist position from your stance into your launch position. We need to make sure that that wrist is concave in here so that we can use our bottom hand when getting to the baseball. I see a lot of young players make the mistake of rolling their wrist out here. You can see that I have a watch on and I can read the time on my watch if I'm in the proper position with my wrist. If I roll out, I wouldn't be able to read the time. This is going to make my lead hand weak in getting to the baseball. So we're back with our hands in our launch position at foot strike. So again, it looks like this. I'm going to rock my hips back, and then as I pick up that knee to go forward, I'm going to give the knob a little push so that I'm creating separation between my stride foot and my hands. A key point to the loading process is to make sure that we are staying on line when we're going back. So one of the ways that we do that is to make sure that the back hip leads us back. We don't want to let the load happen with our front side because that creates a coiling action. If I'm rotating my shoulders backwards, then I'm going to rotate my shoulders coming forward. And the swing needs to start with the back knee. So make sure that while you're in this process here, that you're allowing your hips to go back first to start the hands back, and then as you take that movement forward with the front side, you're giving that knob a little bit of a push straight back. Now the movement back with the hands should match the distance that you're moving forward with your stride leg. So if your stride foot moves 3 inches, let's say, then your hands should move back 3 inches. This will help you keep your hands back on off-speed pitches. It's also going to help you generate more bat speed, and it's going to keep your hands up through the hitting process so that your first move can be with your back knee and you're not dropping your hands to start your swing. To be able to repeat your load and stride, it's just like anything else, you have to practice it. And the practice for this should really be done on your own at home and in front of the mirror if you can, so that you can take a look at your checkpoints, making sure that your hands are in the proper launch position, making sure if you're looking in a mirror here that your head is over your belly button, checking the slope of your shoulders so that you're high on your backside, you're not tilted, and then as you turn this way, you can make sure that you're lined up towards your target, that you can still see your hands. If you're loading with your upper body, like players have a tendency to do when they're working on the tee, you'll see your hands disappear. You want to see your hands in the mirror. For more information about our camps, clinics, private lessons, and our comprehensive off-season program, visit diamondclubbaseball.net.